Hello everyone, this is T with Tea Time in Space Gaming. Today, I'm going to do a little decorating in Towntocity. I've been playing this game for around 25 hours now, and it's just fun to decorate and go around your town, so it's just like a nice relaxing thing to do when you just wanna get building. And since I've been playing this game for the last few days, maybe a few weeks, it's just been kind of funny waking up in the morning. The music is really nice, and as soon as I wake up, it's what I hear. So it makes me just want to get back into it and kind of just feel excited to get decorated. For me, Towntocity is the kind of game where I can just put things wherever I want, and I don't have to worry if the road is straight or if the buildings are parallel or perfectly adjacent to each other. Everything just works out, and that's why I like to just put things down and see where it goes. So that's the style you'll see as I build today. Alright, so here's my pub. And I put it near the station. It's the first thing that the workers and the new townspeople will see as they go into town. I just put in the lights whenever it kind of feels right to me. Over here on the side, there's a little chair, because I thought, well, maybe whoever's there, they'll just want a nice place to relax after work. It's kind of a quiet, nice relaxing place. Put a light over here. And with the new people that come in, I just kind of see how many more workers I want. So I'll put them in this artisan area, because a lot of the things that I need, the workers need to be of the artisan class in order to work there. I've been trying to save for the cathedral for a few days now, and I need to increase my maximum vault size in order to do that. I could tax my people, but as you can see, they'll be a little unhappy if I were to get a little more in order to get that 15,000, but it's like I have unlimited money anyway, so I can just keep them happy, and yeah, I don't need to make them unhappy. Yeah, just slide that back over. I can adjust it later. Oh yeah, you can see it's 88, what was that, 88.65 for the cathedral, and this was like my placeholder for it with the little chapel I had before, so they will get an upgrade. I think I'll put the chapel here in my artisan bougie town, and then the cathedral on the other side, because I originally thought it would be kind of nice to put it on this hill in this wide open space. Yeah, so we'll move it over here. And I did this a lot in the farm area. In the beginning, I had all my farms just, I just painted all the wheat and potatoes and pumpkins and stuff just everywhere. And then as my town grew, I saw that I could actually place the buildings on top of the crops, and it didn't really like do anything bad. So I thought, okay, that's a little bit better. I didn't have to like erase the crops or anything. I just built it right on top. And as long as there wasn't any trees or other decorations, it was just nice to be able to put the buildings down and not have to worry about the crops underneath. Like the crops were still functioning as crops, even though they were underneath the buildings. I had this double road here because it was kind of a circle. Like I envisioned it as like a roundabout kind of for the chapel, but to make way for the cathedral, I think I'll just redo the road and how I want the people to go in and out. I did the quest earlier where there was the lady who wanted a nice place for her cat. So that's the lavender that you see. But I put this jeweler's building down, and I think I'll just add a little more decoration. Now that I'm kind of fussing with it, you can see a bunch of ladies and girls. They're kind of crowding around now. I guess they're waiting for the jewelry place to open. It's kind of a nice spot. Just like browsing around. And then after I saw the ladies go in, I was like, oh, I think there's a man too. There is a fellow. But as I was looking at these ladies go in, I was like, it would be nice if they had a little like spot to kind of like hang out. So I started building this little kind of outdoor relaxing hangout spot. It's kind of like those outdoor malls or outlet malls that you might go to, and there's a little place to sit and maybe a little seating area just to kind of chill out and chit chat and stuff. And these gazebos are nice. I wish that the roof part came in different colors, because there's those umbrellas that come in different colors, but the roof of this particular one is just kind of this terracotta color, which is fine. I mean, it's still cute, which is why I'm putting it in. Also, if there was like a stone like table or like coffee table or something. Since we have a little spot here, I thought it would be appropriate if we added some fencing along this very sheer and dangerous cliff. Just kind of to add a sense of like safety, protection, that kind of thing. I'm not usually a fan of fences or anything, but if it's like a quest, I'll put it in, and for the sake of like this space, I feel like it's appropriate. And if it's the one where it has the lights or flags, like this one, I like this one, then it kind of like, it elevates the space, so it's kind of nice. And I do like the curve the fence like function here. Sometimes it's a little wonky, like I feel like it should be a little bit more forgiving, but in terms of editing the fences, it's like pretty good. I'm kind of happy with how the game does that. And this jeweler's shop happens to be just right next to the edge of my agricultural area. I've kind of saved the area. I think if there's more that I want to add, this will be the spot. I think those are tomatoes to the right there. Oh yeah, my tomatoes, and then I put some lavender kind of behind where the train is. You can kind of see it there. So then when people come to the town, that's like the first thing they'll see. And then they're like, oh, that's such a nice town. So hopefully they'll be happy to stay here. I did this over my first chapel in my other town. This is actually my farming town, but I kind of imagine the hopscotch as kind of like a picnic basket. It would be not picnic basket, picnic blanket, and I'll put a little picnic basket next to it, so it's kind of like a little hangout spot where people can sit down. There we go. That's enchanting. Also, if the lights were able to snap to the little gazebos, that would be nice, but that's okay. And here, I think I just wanted to put a little, like, you know, since we don't have a stone table, I still wanted a stone, like, element in the middle of, like, the space. So I'm kind of putting these pavers down, just kind of filling out the spot and rotating them around and picking little ones and big ones. Sometimes when you click it just doesn't want to put where you want to put, and then it's like, I just had it correctly. But for the most part it behaves and you can do the things you want to do. Then underneath, it'd be kind of nice to, you know, put a little, kind of like, to represent the kind of foot traffic, or just kind of rough it up, like the people are walking in there and it's used. Just like softening the edges of the sand and blending it with the path. There we go. So it looks kind of welcoming, that people are supposed to go in, basically. And since this one's like a little bit more picnicky, I think maybe I'll just leave that. And then this bench, I'll put the bench somewhere. at some more traditional tables. If someone wanted to grab like a drink or a coffee, they could just stay out here and kind of sit. Tables, chairs, umbrellas, that kind of vibe. See a little kid. He's coming to check out the spot. It's kind of nice when they walk in like as you're doing it. I think like the game seems to know you're working on that spot, and it kind of wants to show you like the action like while you're in it, which is delightful. Oh yeah, he's hopscotching. That's cute. Sometimes you kind of grab things accidentally, but I just hit escape and it just goes back. No problem. I'm trying to imagine, or I'm trying to see when the sun is here, it needs to shade those tables, so just gotta move these around. And then when the sun is there, it will provide its shade to this table right here. But you can see it doesn't want to collide with the jewelry building, so it has a little more like buffer than what you would expect. Just go back there. We'll find a spot for this bench. Alright. Okay, how about here? Like, just for now. Maybe I'll move it later. I think now this plaza where the tables and chairs are could have a little, just like a brick surface, something nice for the chairs and tables to sit on so they're not really sinking into the grass. I think this plaza ground is pretty good for that. And I'm trying to brush it down using the straight brush, but also turn it at an angle so then I can get kind of like a nice stripe going down, just to paint it in there. And there we go. Just something like that. I think that's enough to kind of get the feel of the space. Maybe add a little, like a buffer of some bushes, you know, flowers. I do like how the greenery, it just snaps onto the building in the little different ways that like it could. So if you just hover over and you see, you know, the shape looks like something you want to put on there, you just click it. I think on the sunny side here, it would be nice to have like a line of flowers. And since it's a jewelry store, even though it's on a hill, I think flowers in containers would be a little nice. Over here, nice and colorful. I like the little overhang that the flowers do just over the edge of the roof. It's nice. It's nice with the ivy too. It's that like wild look. Oh yeah, down there where they kind of come out from a central cluster. I think that's the look. And some little brown scraggly ones on the side. Can have some color out here. Some more lights as well. Put some more citizens in our artisan area. Sometimes I'll just click on the first unhappy citizen I'll see and see if there's something I can do to make their life a little happier. Most of the time I'll just put them down, and if they're mostly pleased with the house that they're going to, I won't really stress out about it. Sometimes if it's like a decoration, they want like next to a mountain or to have some flowers or something specific like that, I'll try to get it up to like the max, like the 20% happiness before I put them in. But yeah, if it's mostly alright, then they're fine. Like, since there's not an ideal situation for them to stay in, I'll, maybe dress up the area a little first and then go back to placing them. The bell is kind of nice. After receiving it as a quest reward, you kind of just want to put bells everywhere. This kid is here, so I want to be able to put the bell where they can reach it. There's this flower effect furniture item thing, and flower automation, yeah. I want another one there, except on the other side. And I learned here that you can only have one in your town, so that is unfortunate. Well, not unfortunate, but that's the limitation of this particular item, so I will just decorate normally, which is fine. Oh yeah, and this is me reading that, yes, I can only put one. Sold out, it says. Same thing as my water ballet. That means it's special. And just so I don't, think of the decorating as really a chore, I'll decorate as much as what's required of what I'm doing at the moment, and then I can move on to another thing like connecting a farm or placing some workers or something. I think that way it keeps it kind of fresh. Like with this building, I probably wouldn't deck out its neighboring building with a bunch of flowers, but the yellow on the blue building seems like kind of cool, so that's what I'm putting. Like all three families in this building agreed that yellow flowers was the thing. This is kind of I would say, busy street, or I consider it to be a busy street. I imagine that this would be a rather busy street, I guess, so these posters are kind of appropriate there. These lights are fine in this position, so the whole street can have a similar look that way. the street could do with a little light posty thing. I think along this laundromat, that would be kind of nice. Just to segregate the area a little bit, because we have our artisan on the left side, so this right side is kind of like, you know, just like a little border. Little buffer area for the eyes. And I'll move things, like, you know, this is just like a little shift there, even though the front is along that narrow street, but that is okay because I have room for my fence now. And it's really like a partition. Just shift these guys around. Because this little intersection, it's kind of a natural way to flow. So we'll give our people a little path here. Just uncurve this road a little. Just like that. Just a little light border. It's not really glowy, just like the color of the material is light, so you can see it. And I was thinking this little side of the laundromat is kind of a nice place where, you know, people can have a little lunch waiting for their clothes to wash or dry. I'm using this as a kind of like a garbage can or something. Seems like something, you know, keep the facilities clean here. Back up this tree, maybe give it a little space. You can kind of hear the, the little ball throw thing in the back. A little accordion, little circus tune. And since this is like another picnic area, I'm trying to see if there's like a floor that looks a little better for it, but they all kind of look not really what I'm going for, so I think I'm just gonna leave that there. Mushrooms are cute. I always thought the randomize button was a little, not a little off, but I always thought that randomize should be on and then you could turn it off, but for some of the flowers it's off and then it doesn't start randomizing until you click it again, which is kind of a little wonky, but you know, just got used to it. I was doing the ivy on that other, the jewelry building, so nice little ivy snaking along the side of the laundromat seemed like it'd be nice. And here randomize is kind of nice because you can put it, you know, in a nice spot if you wanted to snake any which way. Just anything that looks pretty nice. I like when it goes over the edge and a few pixels, the voxels like stick over the edge, so it's like jumping out at you. And with a laundromat, I think there's a lot of water sloshing around, so the presence of fungi and ivy seems like a natural thing. And along this wall here, I imagine that maybe there's like a cat that's walking along the bricks of the top and tiptoeing so as to not push a flower pot over, or maybe they want to intentionally push it over. Just that kind of feeling. Just a super normal neighborhood. Got a good mix of flowers. And I'd say they're pretty generous with the places you're able to place all the things, depending on the item. It's nice. So when you walk along this road, you can see the pots at eye level, and I think that's pretty cool. For the most part, I don't really, stress out or fuss about placing the people as soon as I get them. If I'm in a thing, then I'll finish decorating, and just to get like the feeling of what I'm going for, and then if I'm mostly done, I'll go back and assign the people I haven't assigned, and it's like fine. Like over here on this bougie street, I haven't put in any decorations, so maybe it's time. We can kind of give them a little similar theme, maybe. Nobody wants anything too crazy, except for this family. They want to be on a cliff somewhere. I think we can probably move them. One of these houses. Yeah, these guys are 19, so we'll just add another house. Move this guy from the bourgeois over to the house. And you can't see in the video, but I actually got the achievement. There's an achievement if you move someone from the bourgeois back to a regular town folk. So that is how one would do that. This is my other bourgeois street. Kind of the same thing. I didn't really decorate them as soon as I put them down. I just wanted to put them in just to kind of have them there. But I guess it's a good time as any to kind of flesh it out. And that's how I'll go really if it's daytime and then it turns to nighttime and I'm zoomed in, I can kind of see, or if I'm in the middle of a thing, the lighting will change and my eyes will see something and maybe I'll get an idea for a thing. And I think that's really why a lot of people like playing this game or any other kind of cozy decorating game. It's cool to just be able to do and not like have to feel the pressure of like, oh, you have to do this, otherwise your people will starve or something. And sometimes I'm looking through the menus, just so I can see, but also, if there's something I forgot about, I can be like, oh yeah, I haven't placed that thing, like, ever, or I forgot that thing existed. But the way they have it laid out, it's easy enough to go into the menus and, like, scroll across, so it's not too bad. I like how the backs of the buildings you can decorate to your heart's content as well. The backs are nice because if you've put your neighborhoods in a way where maybe the back of the street or the street has the front entrance but also the back of some other buildings are visible, it's like, nice to see that. You get a good variety. I'm noticing finally I can put my chapel or my cathedral. So I originally thought to put it right there where the old chapel used to be, but I feel like it's like a very large building. It's probably the largest building I have right now. So I think I'm going to just dedicate this entire field right next to it. And then once I have that there, I'll kind of get a visual like idea of what else I want to put around it. And with the walk mode, you can kind of see from the townsperson's point of view as they're walking along. So I'm kind of keeping that into consideration because my instinct is to face it towards my big pond here. And I think that'll look nice too if I face it this way within eye shot of my house, which is across the pond. So then when I walk outside, I can kind of see it on like my skyline from my mayor's house perspective, if that makes sense. And I'm just putting this like curved road here sort of as a placeholder, but kind of like to lay out the space too, because maybe I'll build it out, put some other things, or extend my artisan or bourgeois residencies along here, or maybe I'll put some public spaces. It's a good space for like a park or another like hedge maze or something. I think a couple of rocks here would be cool. Like if you're walking or driving, I mean, in the townsperson's perspective, you're walking along the street, so you're walking along and then you kind of leave the general populated areas, and there's just a few of these houses that are on the outskirts. Those families, those are the ones in the quests where specifically they're asking to be not next to any other houses or any other buildings. So I've had these outskirts houses for some time now. Yeah, so I'll just angle the camera down low a little bit and kind of preview what it'll look like if you're walking up the little path. So I think if the rocks are all on this left side and the shorter rocks, like a shorter conglomeration of rocks, are on this side, it'll kind of like it like previews the feeling of the cathedral, because maybe it's like a stone cathedral, and you see these stones on the outside, and then you kind of wonder, oh, were these made? Were these hewn? This cathedral was hewn from the stones, like, of the area. I kind of like that idea. And we're just filling out the area with a bunch of trees. The trees are kind of nice in this game, where you can like steal them, I guess, from anywhere that's on the map. For anyone who's played Parkosaurus, that's sort of like what you're encouraged to do. So Parkosaurus fans, you know what I'm talking about. So sometimes the item, what you need, you don't have the money to buy, but it's kind of in the map already, so all you have to do is move it to where you want it. And I mean, I have like money here, but sometimes it's just easier if you zoom out all the way, and then you can just pluck the trees and put them where you want. Take a look at the general view. Mayor's house is here, so I want to see the cathedral, and all I see are my artisan houses, so I think I'm gonna move those guys now. I think for this cathedral, or this chapel, I made a spot up here on the hill, and that's like a nice spot for a little chapel. It's like the one that like a few of the people go to, like the more like rare one or whatever. Now for these bougie people, I think I'll put them down here where like this field is. Draw a little path for them and just kind of put them along this side. And as you see, I'm putting them right on top of the crops there, and the crops are okay. They are somehow not getting crushed, and I'll go back into the farm that's in charge of that crop and probably change it later if I need to. I mean, I'll eventually need to change it. Before these bourgeois folks, since I moved them, their access to the luxuries that they want is not what it used to be. So I'll just go and draw new paths and maybe connect a few more of their luxury items so they can be happy in that spot. And then here next to this other existing artisan road, I think I'll make this other path so I can have a third line of artisan houses just behind this one. And there's this little funky elbow situation that's going on next to my water ballet, but that is all the kind of funky organic things that I like to do. Because if it's functional enough and it's not like stopping me from doing what I need, then I'll just let it do. And moving these ones, hopefully from the mayor's house, it's not gonna block too much. Let's see. Get a little preview. Oh yeah, that's like way better. I think I'll move that house and tree though. Yeah, just put this here. Do a little diagonal action. I'm all for it. Move this guy here, move these trees before I can do that. And I'm subtracting their like nature decoration, but I'll go back and put something else in to make up for that. Like I mentioned, it all just sort of works out in the end, and whatever area I'm focusing on, I'll just try to do what looks good and feels good, and then the surrounding areas always just seem to work out fine. And the view here is like, I think I'm alright with that, except for that tree. Move this tree. There you go. Mayor can have a tree. Yeah, that's looking nice. I think this view could do with this clock gate right in this kind of messed up like intersection right here. I think I'll need to like terraform it a little, just like a little more involved shifting. But if it's for the sake of this arch, I will make it so. And that's my apothecary on the left side of the arch right now, so I still want it there. I just want it like to accommodate for this arch. These people are panicking because just cut them off from their road. And they're happy again. Now the farmhouse that was next to these agricultural decorations, they were asking for it at the time, but now I'm putting in this arch, so I'm just shifting this. Maybe put the apothecary goes a little back, and then I'll make this path like a high traffic area, basically. It's a nice corner. Maybe try to fill it with something. But you can see the people, they're like walking and it's functional, so I think that's the kind of chaotic, bustling feeling I'm kind of going for. And the spot is like, it is asking for a statue. That one's a little big, so I think a little smaller one is a little more appropriate. White statue is a yes, so maybe this smaller cat one. Looking good, looking cute. Now from this angle, you can kind of see it's like, oh, there's a kitty right there. You can see the orange kitty. But from this angle, it's kind of a nice, or it could be a dog. I guess that's a dog. But a bench is, seems like a natural thing to put here. Kind of a nice meeting spot if you're going out to town with someone, your friend, your neighbor. It's kind of like the Hachiko statue, except it's a cat. Little wayfinder, four-way wayfinder. And I want it kind of in the middle here, just kind of, I mean, technically there's 4 directions, so I think that is an okay spot for it. It's like Mare to the right, the rest of the town up. There's a winery to the right now, and the artisan residences are to the left, where the apothecary is. Something like that. There's a nice spot for these hay bales just right here. Light can be right there. Scarecrow goes in the field. Just paint that in, widen it just a little bit. Put down a few more lights. It's getting dark, so when darkness falls, we can see them light up pretty soon. That's always like a nice thing when you're just in the decorating zone and all of a sudden it turns to night and all the lights turn on and you have that feeling that you did good work for the day. Or it's that mood where your workers have spent all day on the fields or like trucking things back and forth between the warehouses and the shops, and they want to go back to their house for the day. They have a nice stew cooking in a crock pot or something. Put a little bell there. And this place is completely dark, so just put a little light there. Can kind of imagine, you know, you're working on some pots and the kiln is outside. Maybe there's a little spot where you can just chill out as the fire is going. It's kind of warm. Sneak a little flower somewhere. Oh yeah, this barrel or this pot is kind of nice. Or next to the pot, it's like on the roof technically. Just little tiny accents like that. It's nice to just kind of see where the little decoration or flower will snap to, and sometimes it surprises you and it's like, yeah, that's like a good spot. Put a little lamp on this crate. And now can hang out outside in the night air. Kiln can have a little light too. Ah, instantly more cheery. Warehouse looking good. Put these things just like out of the way for now. Do you see my sheep? They're just like the sheep of this little chapel. They need a little water source. There we go. A little shed, like for their fodder. There we go, sheepies. There we go. The white field next to them is cotton, so I think that makes sense. You have your wool and your cotton right next to each other, and those are the resources that the dressmaker shop asks for, so they are there. And the luxury of these bourgeois residence people, they just want a lot of they are demanding, and they just want their things. They will eventually get those things. Eventually. Do you like how when I, what is it, level up or add another story or zoom in on the area, kind of like with the jewelers, you saw all the folks just magically pop out of their houses at the same time. That's kind of a nice thing. It's like they're there waiting for you to serve them. I always thought the pumpkins were nice too. You can put them on the floor, but then you can snap them to the wall of a building and they'll turn into this little, like, pumpkin shelf. Orange looks better on the blue. Yeah, right there. The shelf thing is cute too. It just makes me imagine, you know, the kind of neighbors you have that are more out there with their things, or the ones who are more minimalistic. So on your street there will be people that are similar to that. And the voxels are great. You can totally see, like, there's a little carrot or like wheat thing sticking out of this one. Just like a little harvest crate. It's just detailed enough that you can kind of see and feel like what it's supposed to be. It's like there. So when you randomize, like, you randomize from the beginning, but if you switch it, it like unchecks it. So when you randomize, it starts from the second one. It's kind of weird to explain, but yeah, you just, sometimes when you want randomize, you want it on from like the beginning, but it is not. So it sort of seemed like they wanted some lights, but the single light post thing, it just didn't like feel right when I put it out. And the cellar here, I thought this house could do with one, but it's kind of bright, and then the cellar is kind of like rustic, a little creepy, so maybe not the right choice. Cat hedge is always the right choice, though. And I check the person who's unhappy, and I kind of see what they want for their house. So 15% for decoration. They could still do with some more, so I'll go ahead and just plant down a few more, like, vegetation and trees for them. Greenery is always a nice thing. I think this neighborhood, this like cluster of houses, it would be nice to put down a little row of sunflowers here. You can kind of imagine the neighbors are like, let's plant sunflowers together, and maybe they all go out on a weekend and just tend their flowers together, say hello, ask about each other's like pets and kids and stuff. And they do give you a lot of sunflower variations too, so it's neat. Yeah, just enough detail where if you place them and rotate them in a lot of different ways, you get a nice variation. Put some plants in their backyard. Did you see right there? So I just discovered, just like in this moment basically, that if you put the decoration down, and then that's considered the first floor, right? And then if you level it up again, you see the decorations just zip up to like the floor above. And it did a little, you know, like a little jiggle shake thing, which is pretty cute. That's a nice little detail. That's like a cute thing, and I like that. Look at all the things that I can buy with my research points. What's the thing gonna be? I have a library, so I think this would be good. Have yeah, libraries right here. So then it could just reach more people. Maybe it could reach my artisan and bourgeois area, so buy that. And didn't think it quite reached it, but I still feel happy that I supported my library. Yeah, these guys are 17 out of 26 luxury. The guy in the corner especially. He just needs more. He just needs more. Yeah, all the guys here, they want more theater. But any luxury in general, I think, well, not any, they do like diversity, but I will get them connected soon. I'm putting down more artisan houses because I just need more artisans. I think in a little bit I'll go and kind of redo where my peoples are working, because I definitely don't have them working efficiently, in the sense that, you know, if the artisans need to be working at the artisan only places of employment, I haven't allocated them in that way. And then I have this kind of weird situation with my granaries where, you know, because for your farmhouses, they produce their produce and food, and then the granary is supposed to kind of siphon those goods and allocate them to the different buildings that use those particular items. And so you basically need all your granaries at like sensible places located around your farm so that all the goods go where they're supposed to without any like imbalance in like needs and demands and stuff. But it's like kind of messed up right now. That is a drawback to decorating in kind of like a what is it, a free way. Not like I haven't planned for the future, but just like I haven't like super planned for the future. I do want this restaurant. Restaurant, I think would be good in this corner. Kind of like the kind of restaurant that overlooks, or the backdrop of this pond is like the view from the restaurant. These bourgeois houses can remain here. And do you like how the farm just sort of like melded, like made way for the building? So that's what I meant, where you don't really need to fuss with the crops so much. And same thing with the roads. Like, I super just painted over the crops with my road, and that was an acceptable thing for this game. I should have gone and seen if the crop number or the quantity decreased after I did that, but it doesn't matter to me right now. Just another handful of artisan houses here. I just need more labor. And then if I tilt the screen this way, you can kind of see my vision where it's like a triangular area, so that there are those residences there, and then I'll have the path going like diagonally here, and then the restaurant just kind of on the side of that, but like better. have this little mysterious, like, it's kind of like a burn mark, and I'm just trying to see if it was actually a crop or something. And with the eraser, crop eraser, and like painter, you can kind of like edit your crops, but it is not erasing. Yeah, it just looks like a rip in the fabric of space of this game. And they're here in the water too. I kind of noticed that like earlier. And over here, it's like the blight has taken over my town. Just gonna ignore that for now. Just place some people. They want a pet. Go over to the shelter. Give them a doggy. Assign them to the correct house. There we go. These guys are happy. Still need 6 more luxuries over here. Still need like a theater type item. Social club seems like they would enjoy a social club in this kind of woodsy area. And I can envision that it's like kind of what I was thinking, or piggybacking on that like restaurant idea, just these like upscale places that are along the water. This is a good place to put some wildlife, so we'll put down our swans, and then the swans that go and move. Birds of a feather. Give them some little swans. Nice swan family. They can hang out with each other. It looks like that swan could swim in the blight and it was okay. Not anything too game breaking or anything, just like looking at it. And it's cool that these lights are also, you know, something that can float in the water. Because then when it comes to nighttime, it just lights up all magical. Alright, so looks like we need to increase our grapes for this area. And I always had a little trouble looking at what farm is producing what thing. Because when you click on the farm and then do the edit farm, you can kind of see the crops, but then when you toggle back and forth between the other farms, I kind of want to see like what those farms are doing, but then like for some reason it doesn't show you the information. It's weird. I'm just moving the labor around. I can have the regular townsfolk work at these granaries, and then that'll free up the artisans to work at these artisan-only places like the like this social club. Just need 2 more luxuries here. Just kind of see what the neighborhood needs or what I haven't placed yet. Something that fits with the vibe and won't cost too much, like human resources. I think, yes, I will purchase the restaurant. Make my lakeside restaurant dreams come true. And the path is a little too wide. So we'll just like edit it. Basically just, it's fine, just like get rid of it. And then we'll just have a skinnier path. So just place the restaurant first. Right in this like little mini peninsula thing. Shallow, like dip. And yeah, that's like totally enough space for a little path right in front. Just clean it up a little. And they get all sad. No worry. When you're mixing the kinds of paths, like the dirt with the brick and stuff, the areas where they meet, it's like a little awkward, but I think if you kind of like just dapple it around, it makes it like look alright. And you can always check, you know, the functionality of it when you place a building and you can see the green path. And if it lights up, then that's okay with me. Just kind of round it out. Square it off, kind of make it look mostly okay. And there we go. Everything's like green, so it's fine. Okay, gotta add some potatoes. So I'll just pick like a farm that still has some capacity. Like this one has some capacity. So I can go and pick the potato. And up here in my farmlands, I'll just paint another like stripe of vegetables. And it looks like a little patchwork of a lot of stuff, but overall, I think it looks like fine. And then I'll just mark it off so that my number at the bottom is like the maximum amount. And then I just call that a day. Just like that. Well, we need some more artisans to work at this restaurant now. So I'll just put the new houses on this new street we just put down here. Nice that these houses are still getting the benefit of being next to our lake here. And they're just getting happier as we assign the workers where they need to be. So I can upgrade to a large city. And it's kind of nice to see the little cutscene when your train station grows and the little upgrade Frenchy song plays. It's nice and whimsical. Get these guys assigned to their houses, get some more artisan labor, get these guys over here all working at my restaurant. Yeah, I think it's time to see our upgrade. So I put these flags and statues kind of in the front because in my previous upgrade I saw it kind of made like a nice little like effect, you know, so I just wanted it to be barely seen, but it's like too much seen, so I think I'll just move that now. Yay, stage 8. Max City stage achieved. Next stop is Grandiose City. Need a tower. Money. Still gotta buy these other things first though. Improve lectures, gotta build that university. Famous actors, also nice. Something to look forward to. All these other things too. Need to make a good spot for them. Our bourgeoisie is getting a little happier now. Still trying to get all their luxuries in place, I think. We're like close. Oh, here are those statues and flags that I mentioned. So I'll just put them to the side now. These statues can just like slide over. Just like there for now. It's like appropriate because that's my animal shelter. This one can still stay. This one's special because it has the little flower on the statue itself. And I can put this like twin statue right next to him. Maybe like yeah, there we go. Have a little variation. Same like size class, but like a variation. I've been trying to solve this particular farm because the granaries, they all have their own like demand and what they can cover based on like how far away they are from like their corresponding granary. And since I kind of like put them here and there chronologically, so I think if I just edit the connections, because there's like room on each of them or some of them to kind of like take the demand from the others. So this farm is like still having issues, but that's okay. This person says they want to be next to beehives. Well, that's something I can solve, like, easier than that granary right now anyway. Yeah, this one, I mean, where is it? I have a valid farm that still has some room. Make them produce some honey. Yeah, this one's close enough, so I'll make this one. Paint some honey. Have it nearby. Just like put it there. And the honey is nice too, because it presents as flowers, like kind of a colorful mix of wildflowers. Just put it all over the neighborhood. Get our pollinators something to do. And now these guys are happy. Back to the greenery. Yeah, now it's all just, it's all like their own variety of like messed up. So I got the idea that I'm just going to remove everybody from all the greeneries, and then if I start filling them, like from left to right, they will just automatically choose the most efficient path. That's what I was thinking anyway, as I was attempting this kind of granary overhaul. So we'll go back here. All the granaries are empty. Go back to this first one, just pause it for a little bit, and then I will now fill all the granaries. First with these regular town folk. Everything looking like it's working out. Last granary here. And looks like they are all happy now. And that one farm in the center seemed like it is a-okay as well. So I think this perfumer is another fun thing to put. I envisioned it right next to the jeweler. Because earlier we built that kind of outdoor gazebo area next to the jewelers, and I just thought, you know, the clientele would be similar if you're out buying jewelry or browsing, window shopping, then it would be something, you know, you'd naturally walk into the perfumer before or after the jeweler. And then I was thinking, the family who works at this jeweler, wouldn't that be nice to let them work like right across the street from where they live, or they would live, I would have them live across the street from like their job at the jeweler. I mean, I thought I was doing them a favor, so I'm trying to find, like, what's her name? Isidore, it was someone else. Henrietta. So I'm not moving the family with the cat because that was, it was like a previous quest where they wanted the cat to have the trees and lavender and have like a fish pond. So that's why you can kind of see all those elements next to this house. Like for the sake of like their legacy, I don't want to move them out there. Malia. Okay, not Malia. What's her name? Lionel. Lorraine. Lorraine. Okay. Find out where Lorraine lives. Lorraine lives here somewhere. There she is. Lorraine. Lorraine. Okay, so I want to move Lorraine's family into this house. Okay. There we go. You are in the house, but now, like, it needs more workers. And, like, Lorraine is... she is, like, not here. And... oh, wait. Lorraine is right there. Lorraine. There we go. Oh, but I want Lorraine to work here. Lorraine was working here. Oh, well. Okay, well, I tried Lorraine. You know, the perfumer is considerably smaller than the jeweler, but that works out because I have this small strip of land anyway, so it kind of works with the space. And it's kind of cute because you can imagine there's all this lavender here, and then when the people go into the perfumer worker people can be like, "Ah, this is the finest lavender. You can see it outside the window." And these people are all sad. They just need one luxury, but without that luxury, they're like the saddest people. 0. So extreme. I'll give them like some flowers. They're like on this cotton field, so I think some white flowers all around the building would look kind of nice. Just have a semi-symmetrical looking placement of the flowers here. Put some singles. Little baby walking in and out. And that's like what we saw earlier, where the building or space that you're working on, the population kind of like, you can see the action of the area. Like someone's coming out right now, and that's like nice as you're working in the space. Put some lights on the across the street buildings. Have it illuminate when night falls later. This blank side here is like kind of nice for ivy. We did a bunch of ivy today, and I like how it looks. Makes it look like lived in a little. Even though this is one of the newer buildings on the street, it just makes it look like it has history, that it's been here for some time, even though it hasn't. That's how artisans or this bourgeois neighborhood do. They are all about those appearances. Yeah, all these guys still need their luxury. Just like a couple more points. I can give them something. Yeah, none of these mushrooms can snap to the side of the buildings, only these flowers. But the flowers are nice. I like how the sunflowers can snap too. It's kind of like how the pumpkins snap and make a little shelf. These ones, they can be like a side planter or one of those dangling ones. Also like white ones on the side. Kind of keep that flower power energy going on. Okay, maybe that's good for now. Let's just try to give them a little bit of little nudge to their luxury. Newspaper stand. No. Apothecary. I have one across town. That guy. That one's already there. Social club. Like another social club, maybe? Like, it's like a club area, club street. Multiple clubs. You can see inside of this club. Kind of like a lounge. Like somewhere where you could drink wine or partake in the herb. It would be fun if you could put a duck here. It still moves. No ducks, no plants, nothing inside. That would be cool though. Yeah, maybe a club against the water or something. I mean, I eventually change it later, but in my head, I thought a second club would be kind of nice. And this is kind of like what I mentioned earlier about like Parkosaurus style, where just move the trees and just put them where you want. So then put this second club here and connect a path to it. Reconnect to the main road. It does like look nice when they're together. Add these guys there. And I'm trying to see the connections for this club. It says it wants more, just like fill it up. I think I can pull some labor off of some of these other buildings, like these artisans here. Don't need to be working at the warehouse. We can upgrade them. Okay, now they don't want to be working there. Those guys are fine. Those guys are like not fine. Okay, you want more grapes. Flowers and grapes. So we'll do the same thing we did and just kind of yeah, pick a farm and see which farm has some capacity and paint in where the extra grapevine should be. Like this one is just shy of that 6,800, so I'll just like put that tiny bit there. And then I can go and just pick another farm. Maybe let's see. Oh yeah, this lavender. My initial lavender. My quest lavender, basically. So I subtracted from the lavender, and then I want to extend the vineyard area just enough to like give it the grapes that are necessary to keep that other club running. Let's see, 66, this one's 50, so that's fine. So now this club is up and running. And zoomed out, there's my town, or my farm town anyway. It's like it's grown pretty big. I did put a lot of like flowers and little things there, so just like turning it down. Turn down those graphics. Don't want to get too crazy. So with that going on in the background, I'll take the time to say thank you if you've made it this far into the video. We're a new channel, so if you enjoyed watching or listening to me describe all the things I liked about this game, or discovered something new as you were watching, please hit that like and subscribe button. We enjoy a variety of games here at Tea Time in Space Gaming, so with your support, please look out for more videos from us in the future. Okay, so I think we've done good. Here's like a little overview what we did. We can take a little walk from our mayor's house. It's always nice to kind of do a little walk and see how the townspeople are enjoying themselves, and now's a nice time to go to because I think it's kind of afternoon, and by the time you get going somewhere you can see the light change, and it's nice to see like the shadows and when all the people start to shift around at the end of the day. And it gets like peaceful and quiet when the music changes and the whole mood changes, and it's like nice. Just got lost in my own town. Just go back over here. Other laundromat. I can see the cathedral. Okay, I had wanted to go towards the cathedral, but I think I need to go back down towards the water. So go there, back down here, and now we're at the water. Here are those like outskirt houses. And then we come up to the rock formation, and we can see our big cathedral. It's so big and tall. And looking across, we can see our little town across the lake at sunset. And it's nice. And I tried walking across the water, and it works. So that is kind of a fun thing that I saw during this run. The photo widget thing is nice too. You can dial in your settings, like your focal length, and if you want it to be a little more blurry, or just kind of get the feel that you want. If you want things in focus, or whatever you want in focus, just point towards it. Kind of see your work, then like mess with the other like settings and kind of get a feel of kind of like vibe you want, like maybe like a starry, highly saturated kind of vivid thing. That looks nice.